Hey everybody, it's Alex here, and on today's episode of the YaBonks Show Live, I've got a whole bunch of awesome stuff to talk with you about, as always, including the Syncus DAO call that I made like less than 2 weeks ago, about 2 Fridays ago on the YaBonks Show Live. I let you guys know about Syncus DAO and their token Sync, which is basically Olympus DAO 2.0. If you guys remember Olympus DAO, and it's like 8x'd from when I called it, and I'm very happy about that. There's been a lot of updates and things going on, but I hope you guys made a bunch of money with me on that one. I'm still holding moon bags on it, but I've already taken profits, and I am riding with house money. I hope you are too, and I will be putting out more content probably about this this project. I'm going to contact the team, see if we can work out something. I'll put a bunch of time into my schedule to dig through their new lending and borrowing platform and give it a solid review. So yeah, that's what I've been really excited about. And I'm sure you guys have seen the drama going on lately with that project, because it's just been skyrocketing, and the devs, they're brazen and everything, but I don't really care, honestly, because I'm riding with house money at this point. So if they want to do some cowboy stuff, like, this is DeFi, it's the bull run, YOLO. So I'll break all that down here in a little bit. So here's what I have on the agenda today. Obviously, I'm going to talk about that because I'm up 8x, and I know a lot of you guys are too, because you're DMing me all the time, freaking out, saying, what is happening? How is this possible? I think somebody texted me earlier. I believe, I believe. You guys are funny. So we'll cover Syncus DAO, obviously. I have a bunch of animal sanctuary updates here at Karma Farm Sanctuary. There, Karma Farm Sanctuary, there are our shirts. If you want to get some shirts to support us, links in the description below. All profits from the shirts get donated directly to Karma Farm Sanctuary, our 501c3 nonprofit charity here in Florida in the United States, where we rescue animals in need of any species. And I've got a bunch of updates about Karma Farm Sanctuary, including Henry, who you guys have been following closely for the past month or so, and his surgery. We've got the results in for the mass that they removed from him. I'll let you know what that is here in just a few minutes. And then Kyle, the rooster, who was in a brutal rooster fight, I've got updates on him as well. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. So we'll cover that stuff. And I'll go over the overall crypto market too. Things have been crazy. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, and Ethereum touched 4,000 again. So my portfolio is rocking right now, completely separate from my Syncus play, but that's obviously the best performing asset I have in the past month or so. I mean, that thing's 8x'd. I'm real happy about that, but I've got a bunch of 2x and 3x's in my portfolio too. Stuff I've been covering with you guys, some AI plays, DPIN, decentralized infrastructure, GameFi stuff, all the good stuff we've been talking about. So we'll cover a little bit of that. And then we will also do a giveaway later, just some cash giveaways out of my crypto wallet, like I do for the YaBonks Club members. If you're not a YaBonks Club member, it's super easy and it's super cheap. You just sign up in either the YouTube membership or the Discord membership, discord.gg/YaBonks. Links are all in the description below. And you can also sign up through Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon. Multiple ways to do it, and then it gets you into every giveaway I do. So it's a very fun way to participate and get and win free stuff. All right, we got a lot of comments here today. Hey, we've got Albear in the house. Good to see you, man. Welcome, welcome. We got Electric Dream. How you doing? She says, YaBonks, glad to have you here, Electric Dream. Funny Toro. Hey, man. He says, hello, friends. How you doing, Toro? We got Ags in the house. Agata said, hello, everyone. Good to see you, Agata. Glad you're here. And we've got Down Home Crypto with Serenity saying, happy Friday, everyone. Let's get this party started. That's right. And if you guys don't know who Serenity is, he is my good friend and fellow YouTuber, and he does a show right after this one called Freaky Friday. They talk about all sorts of fun, kooky stuff. It's a really great time. So after my show, head on over to the Down Home Crypto with Serenity channel. He's an awesome YouTuber and a great guy. And a big supporter of Karma Farm Sanctuary. I saw on his show a couple weeks ago that he had one of our Karma Farm Sanctuary stickers, which are very cool, by the way, on his YouTubing streaming microphone. So on his microphone, he has a Karma Farm Sanctuary sticker. I was flattered and honored that he's such a big supporter of our work here at Karma Farm Sanctuary. We got Bartosh in the house. How you doing, man? Good to have you here. And we got Dow King. Oh, my great friend Dow King saying chop, chop. Dow King is another fellow YouTuber. If you guys don't subscribe to Dow King, go subscribe to him and join his Discord server. He's one of my best friends out here. The dude's a great guy. And I found out about Syncus DAO first from him in his Discord server, and he was telling me about it. And his Discord server is full of a bunch of really bright individuals, and they were breaking it down, and they're always talking about really fun Degen plays. So hop in his Discord server as well. Great information there. So welcome, Dow King. Glad to have you here, man. All right, so let's jump right into it. Maybe I'll share my screen. Oh my gosh, this is wild. The volume on Syncus DAO right now is $4.3 million in volume today, which is insane. And when I first covered Syncus DAO, it was at like a $25 million market cap. And now it touched $250 million earlier today. It's hovering about $210 million. So it's bounced around a little bit. There's been a lot of chop because of the extreme volatility of that much buying pressure. People have been taking profits. And what something kind of crazy happened. The main developer, I guess, set the staking or the unstaking tax to 50% from 15% to prevent people from dumping during this crazy pump, so that way they can maintain this awesome price action. So some people obviously are not happy with that in the Discord server and are dumping right now out of spite. But at the same time, it's kind of it's cowboy shit, yes. But it's for me as a participant in this project, I mean it benefits the project. The treasury's getting filled, tokens are getting scooped up off the market, and everybody who dumps and eats that 50% unstaking tax, that goes right to the treasury, basically making this extremely hyper deflationary during this time. And then when the price, the price is dipping a little bit right now, still it's up like 12% in the last 24 hours. When it goes back up, those tokens are off the market, out of the liquidity pool. So any buying pressure after that increases the price action much more drastically. Okay, so that's kind of how the mechanics work. They call it the flywheel. If you guys remember Olympus DAO and some of those other projects, it's similar, but they've changed things up a bit. And they're really intense here, trying to get this price to go as high as possible. It's been a wild ride. I'm telling you what, I've been talking to a lot of people about this, watching it, just like the team knows what they're doing. They're kind of like, cowboys out here. But at the same time, like if you are in the money and you're concerned about this, like you should have taken profits, right? So if you're up a bunch of money, take some off the table and take all your risk off the table. Like I already profited 2x on this thing, and I'm still riding on some tokens, and I have some staked. I have a lot staked actually, and I'm just gonna let it ride and see what happens. Like it's no harm to me at this point, because I'm already playing with house money essentially, because we're up 8x and I took profits along the way, as anybody in their right mind would, I would hope. So keep that in mind, you guys, and check out the Discord server. It's wild. It's just crazy. It reminds me of the Wild Wild West DeFi days of Olympus DAO and Titano and all the craziness back then, where money was just flying everywhere. Well, that's happening again right now. There's like $20,000 buys, $70,000 sells. It's just boom, boom, boom. The whale action is crazy, and the treasury is just going nuts. I think they're probably close to $900,000 in revenue into the treasury just today, and like 700,000 yesterday, and like 500,000 the day before. This thing's been ramping up. It would be really awesome to see this thing hit $1 billion market cap. When I did my video on them, I was saying that like very hopefully, like, oh man, it would be really cool if they hit $1 billion market cap. They're at $250 million already. They're almost top 300 crypto projects. And it's like, man, they break into that top 300, a lot of eyes get on them. Plus, a lot of eyes are already on them. So it's only going to speed things up. And the people that are leaving who got in super early and are taking profits right now, that's just a lot of sell pressure taken off the token. So if you look at the RSI on all the different time frames, this thing's been overbought like crazy, and now it's coming back down to more realistic levels, which is good. And like I said, any buys after those sells increase the price drastically more, especially with the 50% unstaking fee. It's very clever. At the same time, kind of some cowboy shit. So if you guys staked everything, like be wary, be vigilant, whatever. Make your own decisions. I'm not telling you guys what to do. How I do things is I try to diversify even inside each DeFi play I do. So like for Syncus DAO, I staked a decent amount of tokens, but it was only like a quarter of my tokens. And I also took profit on probably like a quarter of my tokens on the way up. So I'm in, I have no risk anymore on the table, and I've 2x'd. So like it's already a fantastic trade, one of my best trades of the year. And then I have that moon bag basically staked. So whatever happens, happens. Like if they change the staking or unstaking fees, I don't really care. I'll deal with that later. To me, I wrote that off already. And if something happens in a few months and, the staking fees come, unstaking fee comes back down, the price is way up from where it is, then I'll be very happy. That could be a total game changer, extra boon in my life on top of an already great trade. And then I like to keep the majority of my tokens liquid in any project, because as soon as you put it in a staking contract, you give up more control, right? To you're not in custody of those tokens anymore. So I always keep that in mind. If you have tokens, you don't have to stake all of them. I know it's tempting because obviously, like right now, the APY on this thing is like 272% APY. It's crazy. Like I'm making, it says I'm making $300 worth every 5 days, which is cool. So that's exciting. But at the same time, I'm not planning on unstaking those because I would take a huge hit. I was planning on staking that for 5 to 6 months anyways, and just seeing what happens. So that's how I do it. I like to put like a quarter maybe into the staking contract, and I put I just kept the rest liquid so I could take profits along the way, and it worked really well. Also, I did put the link to Syncus DAO in the description and everything, and I got a discount code called it's 15% off. If you guys use that, I think I get like a small like referral fee. I really haven't tried to take out any of the referral commissions or anything like that. But if you guys are trying to make some extra money, there are referral codes. You can go shill it to your friends or whatever. Be responsible though. Try to be fully transparent about everything. This is DeFi. After all, it's crazy out here. This to me is a Degen play. It's Olympus DAO 2.0, right? Just my opinion. But yeah, so that's it. Oh, and that discount code does get you 15% off of your staking and unstaking fees, I do believe. So if you do end up staking anything, make sure to use somebody's code, even if it's not mine. I don't really care. That's just, you don't want to leave any money on the table if you don't have to, right? So yeah, that's my Syncus DAO update. Oh, also they got listed on MEXC like 2 or 3 days ago, and that's what started this latest crazy run up. Plus, they launched their lending and borrowing platform on ZK Sync. So there's now a bridge. You can bridge over to ZK Sync, and you can stake your either your Sync tokens or wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped ETH, stable coins, and you can earn yield on that by letting people borrow it, or you can borrow on your own capital in any of those assets, including your Sync, I believe, and then you can use, whatever you borrow to go do more Degen stuff or whatever it is you need to do. Again, I haven't tried out the lending or borrowing platform yet. So again, I'm just repeating what I've seen in the announcements and things like that. I would like to do a deep dive on it, test it all out, and give a full breakdown video at some point. It'll take me a lot of time to put that together. Like I said, I'll talk to the team and I'll try to fit it into my video production schedule. As you guys know, I'm booked out like crazy for weeks on end, but this is kind of like a high priority thing because this project's moving so fast and so many of you guys in our community are in the money and all this information is super valuable to you guys. So I want to make sure that I balance getting you guys the most relevant, pertinent information that can help you in your whatever current plays you're in, like Syncus DAO that I'm in with a bunch of you. And then also I gotta honor a lot of the work that I've already begun with clients and things like that. So, whew, all right. I know I talked a lot really fast. I hope that made sense. I'm hyped up. I'm drinking coffee as always, barely sleeping still, working around the clock. And I just have Syncus DAO chart open like on a monitor the entire time, 24/7. I can't stop watching it. So I'm making videos and like writing emails and responding to all these messages. And I just like have one eye over on this monitor, just like, oh my God, it's still going up. It's still going up. Whew. I love it. It's like, it's a great time to be alive. I love DeFi. It's wild. Crypto bull run is here. Basically, we hit all-time high on Bitcoin before the halving even happened. That's never really happened before. So this cycle could be something very special, especially with institutional money going into the Bitcoin ETFs, which means this could be a super cycle, which could break all of our previous expectations. I think that might happen, in my opinion. Again, not financial advice, yada, yada, yada. Do your own research. Don't listen to just some guy on the internet. And make your own, decisions for yourself. Be accountable for your actions because we're all out here trying to help each other at the same time. This is a very personal, individual sport, if you will. I consider this like day trading or swing trading in like have this DeFi crypto stuff like penny stocks, but with complex mechanisms and everything like that. Like there's a high risk level, but there's also a potentially high reward level, right? So strategize, diversify, don't go all in on anything. And, not financial advice, but hedge your bets. And don't, like I said, don't play with the rent money or anything like that. Set aside play money for this, okay? And like I DCA into like Bitcoin and Ethereum every week. And I've got a portfolio of altcoins and things like that, which include Syncus DAO. This is just one of my plays, but it's doing the best. Like I said, it's an 8X in 2 weeks. I'm ecstatic. Times are good. So everybody who's in Syncus DAO with me, I hope you guys have been taking a little bit of profits along the way. I know DAO King here said people still unstaked. Lots of tokens burned. Yeah, I saw that. The amount of tokens burned was crazy. Like that one guy from the pre-sale, I think it was, he sold like $350,000 worth, but he unstaked it knowing that there's the 50% unstaking fee during this like volatile time. They wrote that Medium article explaining why they're going to be throttling the staking fees to prevent sell pressure during these pumps so people don't just pump and dump it. And that the $180,000 worth of sync tokens went to the treasury when that whale unstaked, which it's crazy like that, to make that decision. That, I mean, more power to him though. That guy made a killing. He made 180 grand probably off 4,000 or 5,000 or something. I don't even know. So people are doing well regardless of that unstaking fee. But I just wanted you guys to all be aware of that and go read their new Medium article. It's in the announcements of their Discord channel, and it explains why they did this and what their process is and thought process is behind it. Again, it's kind of some cowboy shit, but this is DeFi, right? Like, if you aren't ready for that cowboy shit, like, you're new here, probably, right? Especially going into a project with anon devs and everything like that. I consider these high risk, high reward plays, and I size my positions accordingly and always, try to minimize your risk. It's all about risk management here. And to me, these are anything could happen in any project, right? And especially a lot of these projects are centralized in terms of control. The team has a lot of control, which is a good thing if the team is good and, looking out for the best interest of the project and the holders and participants and stuff. And you could argue that's exactly what's happening here. But at the same time, people who are staked right now and they might be nervous. They would be saying, hey, this isn't fair. They didn't give me, a fair enough warning that this could happen. But, I mentioned in my first Syncus DAO video when I went through the smart contract and I said, hey, they do have the ability to change these fees at any time. So you have to be aware of that and register that when you're making these decisions. Like, should I put my tokens into this staking contract that they can change the taxes at any time? It's just another layer of custodial risk that you take on. And it might be worth it, especially if you're making 72% APY on a token that is going up like crazy in price. Or at right now, because they raised that unstaking fee and a bunch of people pulled out and the treasury got super big, the APY is like 227 or 272%. It's crazy. It's really high right now. So that's exciting because like I said, I got a bunch in there and I wasn't planning on taking it out. So now I'm going to have 272% APY and more sync tokens. And at some point in a couple months, if I decide to take some out and take some profits on the staked stuff, then hopefully I'll be up a whole lot. 224% APY. And there's $65 million worth staked. That's crazy. My 5-day rate, it says, is 1.05%. And I forget how much it said that was. It was like $300 and some every 5 days, which is so cool, right? Again, that's all based on the sync price. That's not in dollars or anything like that. Always keep that in mind too. A lot of this depends on the price action of the sync token. All right. I hope that makes sense, you guys. I hope you guys made a killing too. I know Dow King did. Dow King, he got in even before I did. Him and his community, I think they're over at 10x on it. We're about an 8x. If you guys got in when I did about 2 weeks ago. And if you got in when I did my video about it, my in-depth breakdown, I think that was at a $50 million market cap. So that's about a 5x, 4 to 5x from here. So yeah, that's what's been going on. You can also buy it now on ZK Sync chain. And I think somebody was saying that there is an arbitrage opportunity there where you could get the sync token slightly cheaper there versus on Ethereum. I don't think there's as much liquidity. So if you're a whale, you'd have to analyze that for slippage and things like that. So yeah, ZK Sync, I think ZK Swap, it's called. I forget, but I was messing around with it. You can buy it there, very low gas fees compared to paying the $50+ on Ethereum. But for me, those gas fees, I bit the bullet. I'm like, screw it, it's worth it. If you're pulling out $2,000 or something, I don't care if I'm paying $100 in gas fees if I'm taking that much profit. Especially some of these people 20 grand plus 100 grand profit. Oh my God. Also, when you're taking that much in profit, it's interesting that people don't ladder out, right? Just for somebody to dump that much all at once, kind of confusing to me because you take a hit in terms of the slippage on the price action from that big of a sell. I think it makes more sense to do 10 or 20 grand at a time if you got that much, and you'll end up with more money even after the gas fees. And you can run the numbers on that and everything and figure it out. Hey, we've got Taylor in the house. Taylor says, hello. Hey, how you doing, buddy? Serenity said, buckle up, Buttercup. It's going to get wild. You said it, man. This has been a wild 2 weeks for me, in terms of work and the sanctuary. and all the YouTube stuff and the crypto market, and then my Syncus position just like skyrocketing, and me like trying to manage everything and keep an eye on what's been going on. It's been one of my best weeks ever. Like this week or two, or this past month or so, I've made more money than I've ever made in a month in my life. Right? It's amazing. Crypto is awesome, you guys. Crypto and DeFi is amazing if you know what you're doing. It can also is very risky though, so high risk, high reward. But if you know what you're doing and you're in the bull run, everything's flying. If you diversify and you put a little bit here and there, it's bound to go up, right? Like, and gosh, it's just wild. So one of my best months ever in my whole life. By best month ever in my whole life, which is amazing because it's right when I needed it the most with the sanctuary. As you guys know, we just took that huge hit on Henry's surgery, which turned out to be more complicated of a procedure. And then we took on Kyle, this other rescue from the rooster fighting situation, vet bills there, plus other vet bills with Ike and our dogs. And then we just recently had to buy thousands of dollars worth of fencing materials and building supplies to build out a new pasture and house for Henry the pig for when he is out of quarantine at Live Freely Sanctuary. So we took on quite a bit of debt to do that personally. And like I said, we put everything we got into this animal sanctuary and rescue. And at times it's like, God, how am I going to do this? Like, I ask God for help, and I'm like, I need this much money somehow. Like, how, like, I need this much money. I got faith you're going to put it into my life somehow. And it happens. And I'm just so thankful and grateful to all of you guys for helping me out and supporting us at Karma Farm Sanctuary. You know, it's just become such a big community effort, and all the donations are so appreciated. All our Patreon supporters, you guys are amazing. Everybody who buys the shirts, like Hope Giver on Serenity's show the other week. I got a video of that I'm gonna make where she said some of the most like kind and sweetest things about like us and Karma Farm Sanctuary and the work we do here. And she was wearing her Karma Farm Sanctuary shirt. It was just so beautiful and amazing and heartwarming to me. Like I want to put that video out too. It's just really awesome. Attila said, hey, how you doing, Attila? Good to have you here. Agata said, DeFi tokens seem super volatile. I think you need to have Degen education and sniper skills to profit. Yes, I agree. And she said, definitely not for me. I did have Floki on my bingo card. 60% up in one day. Crazy. Yeah, I agree with everything you said, Agata. You got to know what you're doing. This stuff is not for beginners, not for the weak. You know, those with a weak stomach or who might not have time to watch these things like a hawk, because I'm working in front of my computer almost all day, and I just keep this open on a monitor. So like if I'm in a position like this where I might have a little bit more invested into something a little more speculative and DeFi Degen style, I will keep an eye on it. So that way when stuff starts happening, I can evaluate very quickly and make a decision if I should take profits, if I should bail, if I should buy a dip, et cetera, et cetera. And also, yeah, not for everybody. Absolutely not. I think DCAing into things like Bitcoin and Ethereum over time is the best way to go, in my opinion. However, I've been out here long enough where I love this DeFi Degen stuff, like Olympus DAO and Time Wonderland, and then like we had like the Titanos and like there are just so many of them during that time where like we were just making money hand over fist. It was like magic, and we're experiencing that kind of again right now with a bunch of small cap projects. Like this one is, I consider like Olympus DAO 2.0, you know, advanced and fixed up and works a little better. The team's super skilled. Again though, DeFi Degen stuff, right? Like you never know what's going to happen. So always, if you're in profits, like take some of that risk off the table. I know it's tempting to hold on to every last token and think like, oh, if I just hold my whole bag and it gets to this dollar amount, then I'll be a millionaire. It's a great thought, and it's possible. I've seen it happen. Okay, but I always got like, if it doesn't do that, and it just like if something goes awry, like hopefully you've taken some profits, at least taken your initial off the table. If you're up in the money, take some profits off the table, and then you can sleep a lot easier at night if there's volatility, because these are super volatile, right? It's like so much of it's FOMO and emotion driven. Even if the project's great, the technology's good, all that stuff, especially in the bull market, people are just throwing money around like crazy. So like you said, Floki went up 60% in one day. That's wild. That's a roller coaster of emotion. And if something goes up that much, like it's going to come down quite a bit, probably. It's going to consolidate. And that's kind of what Sync's doing. It went up like 100% one day, and then the next day 100%, and the next day 100%. That was how the last 3 days went. And today was like a rocket. It was straight up. The chart was absurd. I was messaging DAO King like, dude, what's happening right now? This is crazy. And it was just going straight up. And I couldn't believe it. But, you see something going parabolic or exponential like that, like, obviously you're going to have a little pullback. People are going to take profit. People are going to panic. Like, and it's going to come back down and go along like an exponential moving average generally, and follow, RSI somewhat. If it's super overbought, they always level out. But I see it in legs. If something's got legs, that means it'll go up, consolidate, go up the next leg, consolidate, go up the next leg, consolidate. And that's what's been happening this whole time. So my whole 8X, it's been like 8 different legs basically on this thing that I've kind of like held on to the roller coaster through. And it's been emotional and stressful, sure. But at the same time, I took my profits along the way, and I took some profits early. Like I maybe shot myself in the foot a little bit, but hindsight's 20/20, right? I did at what I thought was right, which was take profits, take risk off the table, and be able to sleep at night and be able to look, Kelly in the face and say, hey, I didn't, I didn't do anything too crazy again. But yeah, so I took the profits off the table, and now it's all running. And if it goes 8X, if it goes 80X, like, yeah, it'll be exciting and emotional for me. But at the same time, I'm not going to feel like I ever get punched in the stomach, which I know that feeling if you get into something and then it doesn't go as planned. So if you are in profits, it never hurts to take some risk off the table, right? And then you won't end up in Discord servers or on Twitter's like death threatening people like we see out here. We got to be responsible for our actions and never play with more money than you're willing to lose out here, especially the DeFi Degen stuff. It's just very high risk, but high reward. And I am with a lot of you watching or who will be watching this later from the YaBonks community who I've been talking with, like, we are very excited about this project. Still, I mean, with everything going on, I could totally see this going to $1 billion market cap if the team keeps if the team stays steady and keeps putting stuff out and running this like as hardcore as they have been, like in terms of Degen style, like they're hardcore, all right, and they market hard. This could go to $1 billion market cap. Olympus DAO got to 4.4 billion, and that would be quite a few X's from here. What is the math on that? Like, I don't know, like 20x from $200 million market cap. So I still see a 20x in this thing. And especially with how hardcore they're levering this flywheel action, and shaking out some of these initial holders and stuff, and people with a ton of tokens that, could, it's just crazy. Like, they're hardcore, you guys. So plan and strategize accordingly. I can't give you advice. I just tell you what I do. I only stake like a quarter of my stuff. The rest I stay liquid. I take profits on some of it, so that way I'm playing with house money. And then I just like have a moon bag, and I hope and I wish and I pray, and I might take a little bit of profits here and there as we keep going up. And who knows? Maybe someday this moon bag might get us a farm, a used farm truck here at Karma Farm Sanctuary, which would be a dream come true, because we transport animals in our little SUV, you know, lifting pigs and goats in the back of our SUV. It's we do what we got to do, though. Yeah. So, all right, there you go. That's my Syncus DAO update, you guys. I'll be putting out more information about this. Hopefully, I got so much on my plate, but I'll see if I can't work something out and move some things around with some of my other clients to expedite this one, and I'll see if I can contact their team to see if I can work something out to justify that. But yeah, hopefully it keeps ripping, you guys. And I want to try out that borrowing and lending platform, and I want to kind of dig through the smart contracts and test everything out. But again, that'll take me probably like 20 plus hours to do thoroughly, and maybe longer. I mean, this thing could have a lot of moving parts. And to put together a presentation about it then takes another maybe 20 plus hours. So it'll be a big job, but I think it would be very valuable to a lot of people. I'll keep you guys posted on that. All right. Let's see. Agata said, I hope I get to see my Frey boy in the Sanctuary update. Kelly, if you're watching, send me something about Frey. I don't have a picture lined up for Frey. I've got one for Kyle. But Frey's a good boy. He's a good boy. He bites a lot. But I think it's because he can't walk because his one leg's bad. And I think he just uses his mouth to kind of grab onto you to pull himself into your lap. And I don't think he means harm, even though he bites so hard. He's a very strong bird, and it hurts real bad, and he'll bloody you good, but I think it's out of love. He's a sweet boy. Bartaj said, love DeFi. Same here. Good last 2 weeks. Made more than in a year in my work. Dude. And he said, hashtag Oracle AI. Man, that's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm telling you. Yes, making more in a month than a lot of people make in a year. It's very real. It is very real. It's crazy. And it doesn't even take a lot of money or capital to potentially do that. It helps, right? But at the same time, in a bull run, when things are popping off, like and going 10 and 20, 100, 1,000, 10,000% up, and you even need to put $100 in something like that, and it goes up 1,000%, like that's serious money. And then you just do it again. You take that and you spread it out in a whole bunch of other ones. And the bull run is just an amazing time to be alive and to be early in this scene. So you don't have to have $1 million to do this. Like maybe a couple hundred, couple $1,000, and you can see some significant gains, even in some highly speculative, high risk stuff. Just, diversify, spread out that risk a bit. So if something does flop, the ones that take off more than make up for it. Down Home Crypto said, Hope Giver is awesome. She will love to hear this. Yeah, man, she really is. She really is. I'm so grateful that, she got a shirt. She supports Karma Farm Sanctuary, and she said such amazing things about us. It means a lot. We got Kazanan said, hi, guys. How you doing, Kazanan? And we got FIFINE saying, hi, sir. How you doing, FIFINE? Good to have you guys here. So I want to show you guys the Sanctuary updates real quick. I know we talked a lot about Syncus DAO, but again, that's all I can really think about at the moment because I'm so in the money. We're 8 up, you guys. If you guys have been following me, it's crazy times. All right. Here's Syncus DAO, by the way. Sorry, my screen. I didn't really set this up beforehand, but so let's see. When did I call it? Right about here. yeah, right here, about 0.0075 is when I called it about 2 weeks ago. And so it's at 0.007. Now it's at 0.05. All right. And earlier today, just a bit ago, if you look up where it peaked, it got up to 0.064. So over an 8x when I set up this live stream when we were up here. And yeah, and look, see, it's coming down to that EMA, exponential moving average. I've got an EMA 9 right here set up. And look, it generally follows it. It'll hit it. This is on a 4-hour time frame, okay? So this is kind of a good longer term indicator. And look, it bounces off it generally. And if it's way high up overextended in a short period of time, it'll consolidate until it hits it again, and they'll keep going. That's generally how this, and the RSI down here will generally follow this. And the cool thing about this project is if you see RSI and it does follow the price action, that's a good thing. If you see RSI and the price action's doing the opposite, that's not a good thing, all right? That can be problematic. But because of this flywheel effect where they're taking tokens out of the liquidity pool and putting it into the treasury instead of circulation, what you're seeing is higher highs and higher lows. So when it gets to the same RSI as before, it like, let's say right here, the RSI is about at 70 and the price is about at 0.07. Well, when it got back to this spot, let's say over here, it was up to about, I don't know, 0.009, almost a cent. So that's a really good indicator that this is somewhat deflationary and healthy price action when it matches. So now that's not always the case. Again, a lot of stuff to look into with that. But and look at different time frames. Like here's the daily chart. Look at this. It is just way up over the EMA. So obviously you're going to see a little bit of, you're going to see a pullback. But it's generally been bouncing off it, and it'll probably consolidate and hit it. Who knows though? This project's crazy. It could really just rip and rip and rip, as we've been seeing. That's the beauty of this DeFi Degen stuff in the bull market. It's just crazy volatility. And here on the 1 hour, see, it generally goes up, bounces. When it goes down, it comes back up. It always kind of comes back to this average, and the average trend is up and to the right. This on the 15-minute, or no, this is the 1 hour chart. Also, look at the RSI. We are back down here, and we've crossed under the EMA. So eventually, it's probably going to bounce back up a little bit and go along with it. Not financial advice, just observations, but the RSI in the 1 hour generally hasn't gotten down past like 40, and it's getting close to 50 right now. So that's, for this thing, it's pretty oversold from what I've seen. I mean, normally oversold means you're like under 30, but this thing is such high demand and buy pressure. It's been like just up above 7 for so much of this on all time frames. All right, I'm nerding out on the TA, you guys. I don't want to bore you, but hopefully it's somewhat educational. The 15-minute also has just been super healthy from what I'm looking for, and it makes it very easy to kind of play this price action. So also, if you're patient and strategic and disciplined, you can usually time this stuff out and say, all right, I'm going to buy it when it's down near 30 on this time frame, and then maybe I'll sell it when it's up above 70. That's always a good way to go. Or if you're just looking for an entry point or an exit point, those can be good ways to go. All right, look at this volume. This is crazy. $4.5 million in volume, and there's $6.6 million in Ethereum just in the liquidity pool. Crazy. I love it. I love DeFi, you guys. All right. Real quick, here we go. Bitcoin's at 68,200. Ethereum 3,900. It's just so beautiful. BNB's ripping. BNB's almost to 500 again. I love it. Rainbow chart. We are up in the green, almost yellow. So we are in hodl mode, but I still cheap and accumulating. Anything below orange, I'm accumulating, right? And down here, right, this is obviously the best time to buy, and anywhere in the green, but we're like this is still the time before it gets nutso up here in the red, especially about here. And I'm thinking we're going to see a $200,000 to $300,000 Bitcoin price in the next year and a half or so. So hold on to your butts, you guys. And my strategy is always DCA in. Don't just I don't just like throw all my money at it at once. I buy like $100 here, $100 there, $100 there, etc. All right. Now let me show you the animals. Oh, they're so cute. All right, first things first, this guy. All right, you guys know Henry, sweet boy. He's recovering from his surgery. He got his neutering procedure, and they cut him open and had to fish around inside of his abdomen to find his other testicle, because he's a crypt orchid. One of his testicles didn't drop, so they removed the one, and they went to look for the other, and they couldn't find it, which is not good, which means he could still potentially be intact, which is problematic for an animal sanctuary that rescues animals and different, breeds and species and sexes and things like that. They found a lump in him. They thought it might be a misformed testicle. They sent it to pathology or histology to find out what it is. And they determined it was a misformed lymph node of some kind, not a testicle. So he potentially still has a testicle intact somewhere in his abdomen, which is not great. We're going to have to test his blood levels for testosterone and different hormones to see if those come down to the levels where he is, considered infertile, which would be, ideal, because, we've got female pigs here that we've rescued, and they can get real crazy when they're in the mood. All right. So pigs are super strong and destructive if they've got something on their mind they want to do. Now, Henry's a good boy. Look at this boy. Look at him. Look at his sweet face and his sweet eyes. Just such a good little dude. He's such a good boy. So he's recovering right now. And he's back in quarantine at Live Freely Sanctuary with Tanya and Mike. Bless their souls for looking after him. And we took a big hit on that vet bill, over $2,000. And Tanya and Mike they chipped in on that too. Bless them. And we're fundraising right now. We've got a GoFundMe page for that surgery. And I'm working around the clock to try to make as much money as I can to try to have a backup plan in case, we don't raise enough donations. We have to come up with that money somehow, right? So I'm working literally around the clock. I am sleeping about 2 hours a night, if that, and I'm super messed up. All right. I'm not right in the head, as many of you probably have noticed if you've talked to me recently. And if you've been trying to get a hold of me, I'm so sorry. It's so hard for me to get a hold, to get through all my messages right now with the bull market and my YouTube channel getting so big and my Instagram account growing so big. My DMs are just absurd on every platform: Discord, Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. It's just, and YouTube comments. If I haven't responded to your YouTube comments yet, I'm sorry. I'll get to them. I always do. It might take me 2 or 3 weeks sometimes to get through everything. And my email is just, I've almost given up on my email. It's pages and pages and pages of requests for videos to cover all these different projects or companies, and I just don't have the bandwidth for it. So I will get to everybody eventually. I'm so sorry if anything is time sensitive. Just ping me again and again on every platform you can to get my attention, and I'll try to move it up in priority if it's super time sensitive. So I just want to say, thanks to everybody for being patient while I'm working around the clock right now to get as much stuff done as I can to make as much money as possible to cover things like these rescue situations. Now, you guys have been a huge help financially with your donations and everything, and hopefully we can keep growing our community and supporter base, so that way all these rescues that come from these situations, like this guy, as you know, came from a really messed up situation. It was an abusive household, and he was like their pet pig, and it was not a good situation. It went awry, and then one day he bit back. You know, you corner an animal, you scare them enough, they bite back, and then they decided, hey, we're gonna shoot this pig in the head tonight. And the paramedics who were like fixing up the woman's hand, I believe they were the ones who got in contact with some rescue organizations saying, hey, these people are going to shoot this animal in their backyard. And like I said, we've seen these, we the past month and a half, we've seen, I think now, we've seen 3 bullet wound to the neck and head and face of pigs, and that are still alive, and they died slow, horrible deaths before, and the intervention, by the time we got to them, wasn't enough. It was awful. It's terrible, terrible, terrible way to go. Takes days and weeks sometimes. It's not a quick, clean execution, right? So this, look at his face. Like, if you've ever had a dog, like a pet dog, I'm telling you, spend time with a pig like this. They're so intelligent. They're as smart as dogs. They're so lovable and emotional. This is a beautiful, sweet, intelligent creature. It would break your heart to see anything happen to this animal in person. Trust me. I've seen heart-wrenching stuff. Nobody wants that. So, you know, we get called into these like dire situations, or like these dire situations pop up on our radar, and depending on the severity, we'll step in and do what we can. And same with other places like Live Freely or other sanctuaries that we work with and rescue organizations. Luckily, we were able to save Henry here, but it costs money every time. It's so expensive. Every life we save, it usually costs a couple $1,000 up front, and then tens of thousands of dollars over the lifetime of those animals. Like this guy's going to live with us probably for 10 plus years. He's going to be treated like family, very loved, and, best quality care, just like every animal we rescue. So that stuff, it costs a lot. And the only way we can scale this, obviously my businesses, my entrepreneurial activities are allowing us to scale, but we want to scale faster. And we want to scale with, as a charity, right? So, we donate so much to it out of our own pockets. And I know a lot of you guys do now too. So as we grow as a community, the amount of animals we can rescue from these situations and care for, just it grows exponentially. And the more good we can do with your help, it grows exponentially. So thank you guys, because we can't really do it without you at this point. Like, it's gotten to that point where there's so many of you guys behind us now. All right. Now, here is Kyle the rooster, okay? This sweet boy. Here you go. All right, here's Kyle. He was almost dead when we found him.
No.
Don't mind the mess.
What's your plan?
Like a boy. So if you guys remember, he was in a horrific rooster fight in a trailer park, and a Good Samaritan called us, and some other rescue organizations. We got contacted, and we were like, oh my gosh, like I showed you guys the pictures when we first got to him. It's just all blood, his missing eyes, blood everywhere, just beaten to a pulp, on the verge of death, in shock. We got him to a vet, got him out of shock, and then, Kelly has been hand feeding and watering him with a syringe because he's like broken bones, like he's messed up, but he wants to live like he's a fighter. Like he's got the will to live. And you know, he's been recovering. So look at him now. He's walking around. His one eye's open now. He can see his surroundings. And now we've moved him out of outdoor quarantine because we did medical checks and we've treated him for parasites. Now we moved him into our bedroom. Another rooster, special needs rooster, living in the house. Whatever, like YOLO. My life's bizarre. Roosters and birds and animals all over every room of our house and outdoors. Like it's like a animal like medical facility here at this point. And I just like live in it. It's crazy. So he now is in the bedroom and he's looking bright-eyed and he recognizes us and he looks like he's comfortable. He knows he's safe and it's good. And he's recovering. The wounds on his face are recovering. The swelling and his eye sockets are going down. And he's crowing every day with the other roosters. So we think he's going to make it at this point. Like we're still, we're always cautious and everything, but we do think he's going to make it and keep improving and be a, wonderful member of the sanctuary who went through something horrific and was going to face a horrible slow death out in the elements and beaten to a pulp. So thank you to the Good Samaritan who stepped in and stopped that fight and got us and got in contact with us so we could get him the help he needed. All right, so that's Kyle. You guys, Kyle's a good little dude. Now, I want to show you guys, it's 8 o'clock, so Serenity probably left, but Serenity's, so you guys know Wild Angel from Down Home Crypto's Serenity. Well, she's been making these crochet animals, and she recently started making these little guys for your keychains, and this is Henry. So we got another Henry with an eye, and he's a silky rooster we rescued. And she made this, she made this for Henry, and it's just the most adorable thing. I think it's super cool. So check out Wild Angel Creations. Go check out Down Home Crypto with Serenity's channel. She's on there every week, and she does amazing work. She makes everything by hand. She's made a huge goose replica of Godric the Goose, which is like my, I don't know, I like the YaBonks brand iconic goose because Bonks is his nickname. YaBonks is his nickname, and she made Godric Bonks the Goose, hand crocheted it. Took her like 50 plus hours, and it's perfect. It's literally perfect. It's the most beautiful and like satisfyingly good feeling replica of an animal I've ever like held or seen, and she's like brilliant. She's a genius at this, and she did the same with Gimli the goat, and James Pelton has that one, and I guess him and his wife love it. So yeah, check out Wild Angel Creations, and she's making all sorts of different things to help support animal rescues. She's really amazing. All right, so that's the update there. Let's do a quick giveaway, you guys. So I've got the YaBonks Club members. Hey, look, we got some people joining the YaBonks Club. Thank you, guys. So, Kazanan, thank you so much for joining the YaBonks YouTube membership, and FIFINE Jack, thank you as well for joining the YaBonks membership. You guys are part of the Bonkers Club. The YaBonks Club. Thank you, guys. I will add you to the giveaway list. All right. I got that right here. I'm going to go ahead and start compiling the names for the wheel. We all love the Wheel of Fortune. All right, here we go. All right, here's the wheel. I'm going to compile the names real quick. Give me one moment. All right, new YouTube members. We got our friends Kazanan and FIFINE Jack. All right, got it. You guys are on the list. All the giveaways that I do. And the YaBonks Club memberships that goes to funding the giveaways and supporting the Discord server costs and the streaming platform costs. So you guys, it's seriously such a big help. Hey, we got Biff Fighters in the house. How you doing, man? We got Zach from Biff Fighters saying happy Friday. My good buddy, childhood friend, actually. You guys have to watch my AMA with Zach from Biff Fighters. I've known him my whole life. He said, and don't forget, Bitcoin is going to $1 million and no one can stop it. I totally agree. And let's see. I'm going to shuffle all the names here. All right. Let's refresh the page just so you know it's all good. All right, here are the YaBonks Club names currently. So again, thank you guys for being part of the YaBonks Club here, helping out with some of the fees for all the platforms and Discord server and the giveaways. And I am going to go, let's see, I'm going to do a $10 giveaway in some form of stablecoin or blue chip token that I have liquid in my wallet at the moment. So let's see, 23 seconds on the wheel. All right, here we go. So I am going to spin the wheel in, and this is for $10. All right, so I'm going to do a $10 giveaway today. And, you know, maybe I'll see if, because I've been reaching out to the Syncus team. I'll see if they're open to maybe sponsoring a giveaway next week or something, since I know my videos and stuff have been going around the Syncus community. So maybe I'll see if I can't finagle something. No promises, right? I still got to get in contact with them, but I do want to get a big video made about the lending platform for you guys. And maybe I'll see if I can't score some tokens for you guys too. No promises yet, though. I don't know if it's possible, but I always like to try. But for now, for this week, let's do a $10 giveaway, straight cash. And whoever wins, I'll send you I'll send you $10 of something to your wallet over the next week or so. All right, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Thank you for everybody watching. We've got over 60 live viewers right now across all the platforms. So thank you guys, everybody. It's been so amazing having the channel grow so much over the past year. Kazanan, dude, you just joined the club and you immediately doubled your $5 investment from the YaBonks Club. Congratulations, Kazanan. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm gonna say it multiple different ways. So I apologize, but I really appreciate you, man. Congratulations, Kazanan. I will send you a DM. Kazanan, by the way, before you go, Kazanan, what is your Discord username? Okay, I can email your YouTube membership email, I think. I don't know if I have access to that information. I'd have to double check. But Kazanan, are you in my Discord server? And if you are, what is your Discord username? Because I want to make sure you get it and not somebody else. Let me see if there is a Kazanan. Yeah, Kazanan, what is your Discord's what is your Discord name? I'm gonna make a little. There you go. Make sure, Kazanan, to join the YaBonks Discord server and take a screenshot of this so I know it's you. And we'll make sure Kazanan responds real quick, just so I can make sure somebody wins, because sometimes people win and then they just disappear or don't respond, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna put this up on the screen. Congrats, Kazanan. What is your Discord username? All right, I got it written down. Also, OX Various. I still got to send you last week's prize as well. I got you there. I didn't forget. It's just been a whirlwind of activity, a big blur out here, as I'm sure you understand, you know, running a bunch of projects yourself. So Yeah, what a time to be alive, you guys. Seriously, I want to go back to this. I'm obsessed with this chart. All right, all right. Here's the Syncus chart again. Uh, I hope you guys aren't sick of me talking about this, but when you're doing so well in a play, you just like you want to just always watch it and talk about it. Yeah, that's kind of how I am right now with this one. Uh, man, is at 0.054, so we're still at like a 7x for all you guys who got in with me on this one. I'm seriously hoping. Look at it. It's ripping again. So after that like sell off earlier, this thing is ripping. The volume on this is crazy. Like look at these buys and sells. I mean, I watched this thing eat a $200,000 sell the other day. Like it was nothing. That would destroy some projects that I've been in the past, especially in the bear market. But this thing ate a 200K sell. Like it was nothing. It recovered in like 5 minutes. It's wild here. Like you got $10,000 buys left and right, 20,000. This thing, it bounced back so fast. It's already up 21% again in the past 24 hours. And we're coming back quickly to a $250 market cap. Like I said, I'm hoping for at least a $1 billion market cap. I think this team can do it if they keep doing what they're doing and like boosting this project in every way they can. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to get there. This thing's got some wheels on it. It's got some legs. And I got my moon bag staked and ready. I'll keep you guys posted too on like the staking fee situation. But I'm planning on just keeping my tokens staked for now. And like the APY is 224%, I think we said. So like almost a percent a day, it seems like. Just in that staking pool. Now that's APY, so like your rewards compound exponentially. So at first you're not going to be getting as much per day, but then it grows over time. Keep that in mind too. It's not APR, it's APY. Yeah. So that's what I got for you guys today. And if you guys do get into Syncus DAO, like I said, I put the link in the description. And there is a discount code for 15% off. It's a referral code, and it gets you a discount on the staking and unstaking fees. If you decide to stake, like I said, I only staked a quarter of my tokens. The rest I leave liquid to play with and to take profits with. So that's just how I do it. If you guys do things differently, again, make your own decisions, do your own research, everything like that. But man, I'm up 8x. I haven't had to play this good in a while. The bull run's back, baby. DeFi, I'm telling you, what a great time to be alive. Yeah, so enjoy, you guys. And hit me up if you need anything. You guys know where to find me. Also, everybody coming to the Karma Farm Sanctuary Volunteer Day tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I will try to be as present as possible, but I am so far behind on so many jobs right now. It's kind of ridiculous. So I'm swamped, and like everybody who has been so patient with me, thank you. Seriously, thank you. It's been one emergency after another, and I just have like a whole bunch of jobs and videos and big projects and companies that like I'm founding with other people all like coming to a head at the same time. And I'm just struggling to stay on top of everything, literally not even sleeping. So I will try to be there at the volunteer day tomorrow. I'll try to get some content. I'll try to drive some T-posts with you guys. But I've got a big obligation to a bunch of people right now with videos. So I will probably be in the studio. But I'm going to be so happy to see all of you all come out, give everybody hugs as we do, and make sure to say hi. So thank you guys for all your support. If you want to support Karma Farm Sanctuary, go buy a shirt or donate to us. The best way is Patreon, honestly. Our Patreon supporters that support us monthly, it's such a blessing because we can tell how much, we're going to get each month in donations from that, and we can budget some things accordingly that way. So please join our Patreon with however much you're willing to donate. It's such a huge help. And we give you specialized custom content and also some goodies like paintings that the animals make. We love to send those to our Patreon supporters just to say thank you. And you can also donate through PayPal and by buying shirts and through Venmo. All the links are in the Karma Farm Sanctuary official link tree in the description of the video. If you're watching on Twitter or another platform, look in my bio, look in my profile. You can find my link tree there for YaBonks. And I have a link in my link tree to the Karma Farm Sanctuary link tree with all the links there. And make sure to follow Karma Farm Sanctuary on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. We're trying to build up the socials for Karma Farm Sanctuary. And we're getting a lot of traction all over the place, especially on Instagram. Got a lot of big names that support us now, and it's really amazing. Such a wonderful experience. Thank you guys for that too, for helping us reach all those people and make these amazing contacts. And I mean, we had James Pelton. You guys know James Pelton, the James Pelton, right? My good friend. Really, like me and James Pelton are really good friends, and he's like one of the biggest names in DeFi and crypto and the Web3 and entrepreneurship space. And he wore his Karma Farm Sanctuary shirt to ETH Denver 2024. That's one of the biggest Web3 conferences in the world, with like some of the top industry leaders and thinkers and doers and developers and companies. And he wore his he wore a Karma Farm Sanctuary shirt to ETH Denver. And I'm just so thankful for that. Like, that is just such an amazing thing to do for us and for our sanctuary and our charity. So thank you, James Pelton. You're one hell of a guy. I don't know if people tell you that enough, but you are seriously a good dude. Anybody who says differently, you know, can come talk to me. I'll tell you a million things James has done that people don't even know about to help others. Like, I want to share this with you guys. Look at him. Look at him. There he is. James Pelton tweeted, "Repping Karma Farm Sanctuary," and my man YaBonks official at ETH Denver 2024. And look at that. Stylish, super cool shirt, showing love for animal welfare, and, you know, showing his support for us out here trying to, you know, trying to combat animal cruelty in our communities. So thank you, James Pelton, man, and everybody else who supports us, wears our shirts, spreads the word, shares anything that we tweet. And also all you guys who support me in the crypto space, like every company that sponsors any of my videos or does AMAs with me, anybody that works with me or shares my YaBonks brand. Thank you guys, because that all directly goes to Karma Farm Sanctuary in a roundabout way. And I couldn't do all this without all of your support. This is just a huge community effort at this point. All right, I got to wrap this up. I want to go hop over onto Serenity's live stream, and then I got to get back to recording videos all night. I got about 10 videos I'm behind on, you guys. Oh my gosh. All right, I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Keep your eyes peeled for the next big play. If you guys have any good plays, DM me, or better yet, because my DMs are just a nightmare, ping me in the YaBonks Discord server, just like in the public chat or the Degen plays. Ping me there, and I might have a better chance of seeing it quicker. And let me know what your latest plays are. If you're going to do some just like blind shilling, though, please shill in the shilling channel. But if you've got like a well thought out thesis and an idea that you think is potentially a win, let me know in the YaBonks Discord server or Telegram server. All the links are in the description, and we can talk about it and hopefully find the next Syncus like we did 2 weeks ago. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.